There's just something so funny about cats. I mean, look at this guy, what's he even doing? During the mid to late 2000s, cats kinda took the internet by storm, and oddly enough, the story of how that came to be starts far before the internet was even a thing. Back in the 1870s, a British photographer named Harry Pointer would take photos of cats in funny scenarios and put some text on it to increase its funny catness. My personal favorite of the collection is probably the photographer. Cat doing people things? In the early 1900s, an American photographer named Harry Whittier Fries did something similar. I don't know what was going on with the photographers named Harry making funny cat photos, but thank you fellas for your contributions to society. Jump forward 100 years. There's some similar funny cat shenanigans going on from time to time, but now there's this wild thing called the internet. Suddenly, cat pictures are more accessible than ever, and I specifically want to talk about this cat right here. The first known appearance of this cat was a cutout of its face on a website of a Russian cat food company in 2003. The full image of this cat was posted on Something Awful sometime between 2003 and 2004. So now this specific cat becomes something of a meme. While officially his name was Frank, this image became known as Happy Cat, and edits of it are shared around. Everything for over a century had been building to something. One particular edit of Happy Cat would forever change humanity. Can Has Cheezburger? In January 2007, this image of a funny cat asking for a misspelled cheeseburger spawned canhascheezburger.com. Funny text over images of cats was obviously nothing new, but this was an entire website dedicated to the art of LOLCats, or LOLCats, whatever. The website had what they called an LOL builder, which made the process of making funny cat images very simple. You could choose an image or upload your own, and write custom text over it. Now the cats were a big draw, but the website was a lot more. They had categories for other caption-based memes, and by making the process of crafting your own so simple, the website, and caption memes as a whole, were quickly becoming really popular. Memes were typically shared around within specific online communities, or would be something you'd email to your friends and family. But by this point, the internet wasn't that weird, scary thing anymore. It was becoming that normal, scary thing that we integrate into our day-to-day lives. And images like this were becoming more widespread. In July 2007, the site was getting around 500 submissions a day, and by January 2008, it was around 8,000. This cheeseburger cat was one of the first internet memes that I remember seeing everywhere, and everyone had seen it and laughed at the funny cat grammar. If you meet someone who hasn't seen this image, then run, because they are not of this earth.
Evil! Pure and simple from the 8th dimension! Venom!
Or they're likely a child who wasn't alive during the great LOL catning of the mid to late 2000s. And if you do find someone who has no idea what a cheeseburger cat is, please show them this image. Everyone deserves to laugh at funny cat. While this was far from the first cat caption image, this is really the one that popularized the whole genre of funny cat pictures. The one thing most of these had in common was LOL speak. Two cats de cheeseburger, I must be te cheeseburger. Yeah, these definitely set human speech back a couple of years. The joke was that cats don't know proper human speech because they're just funny little guys. But I definitely knew more than a few actual humans who talked like this for a couple of years. So they talked about the story behind the cheeseburger cat and how that image came to be, but this was far from the only one of these with a backstory spanning several years. A 2005 webcomic called Pawn and Z had this panel where Pawn says, "I made you a cookie, but I eated it." Meanwhile, there's this cat named Bebe who would stand on his hind legs in videos, very cute. In March 2006, this photo of Bebe was posted online, and later in 2006, this cat image was combined with the phrase from the webcomic, and would be posted to canhascheezburger.com the following year, becoming one of the most iconic cat images of the time. Long cat, monorail cat, ceiling cat, grumpy cat, so many of these famous pictures have stories behind them. I don't have time to talk about all of them, so I'm sorry anyone who wanted me to explain IR serious cat, please you step into my office now, but we would be here for hours. It's so funny looking back at old comments for the original unmemed images. They're just so genuine. What a great expression on the cat's face. I like the expression. I love big cats. More to love. What a great pose. What a great sitter for a pose that cat is. Great stuff. Keep it up. Lovely. I like the texture of the fur. Yep, you can see who is really in charge. Top cat of the office or home. Nice shot. If only these people knew the storm that was coming. But the reach of these images went far beyond the internet. This is Can Has Cheezburger, a LOLCat collection, a physical book full of internet memes, and apparently 10 New York Times bestseller. You can pay money for pictures you can look at online for free. Is this a ripoff? I never thought so. I would take this on long cross-country car rides. At the time, I don't think I had any device that could connect to Wi-Fi, so being able to look at my favorite cat images anytime, anywhere, was pretty neat. And if we ever face an apocalyptic future where internet is dead and society collapses, at least I'll have access to over 200 of the funniest cat pictures made between 2007 and 2008. The book also has pages explaining some of the reoccurring characters and concepts of LOLCats. They weren't just one-off images, there was a sense of synergy between them. This was a culture. From 2008 to around 2014, Can Has Cheezburger was one of my most visited sites. I would check it daily to see the newest funny cats, as well as all the other stuff on there. For a couple of years, this was my top source for meme images. So many of my old Facebook posts look like this. Definitely weird looking back at these now. Sadly, a lot of these are dead links now. I'm so sad I can't watch Crazy Kitty Dance. But our Facebook pages weren't the only places filling up with funny cats, because 2 years before canhascheezburger.com, another website started up. A website that you've probably heard of, called youtube.com. Now, if you don't know what YouTube is, which, all things considered, is very unlikely, it was a website where people could upload whatever videos they wanted. Around the same time cat memes were gaining popularity, cat videos were gaining just as much attention. Whether it was a video of a cat dancing or a compilation of cat fail moments, these were inescapable. It got to the point where people would associate cats and the internet together. They were just inseparable from each other. There was this incredible new platform that made video sharing easy, and everyone was just watching cats do funny things. These were better times. Cats had taken over the internet. There was no getting away from them. I mean, physical books were being published with pictures of funny internet cats. You couldn't even escape them in the real world. Not even the video game industry was safe. Let's talk about Scribblenauts. Scribblenauts was this cool series of games where you could type in objects to help you solve puzzles. I was a big fan of this series. They had a lot of cool Easter eggs too. Long cat, ceiling cat, spaghetti cat, monorail cat, keyboard cat, Nyan cat. All of these could appear if you typed them in. They were also sued for a couple of these, but still, neat Easter egg. I have one final thing I want to talk about today, that being the LOLCat Escape Flash game on addictinggames.com. This was a point-and-click game where you explore this house to find all the cats. You have to find hidden items so you can solve puzzles which lead to cats. And a lot of objects don't do anything as far as gameplay goes, but will instead show you an awesome LOLCats meme. And I thought this was the most incredible thing ever. I don't know that this game was ever particularly popular or made a big impact on funny cat culture, but if I have the opportunity to mention LOLCat Escape on addictinggames.com, I'm gonna take it. Anyway, Can Has Cheezburger is still around, and people still make cat memes, but LOLCats kind of phased out. They paved the way for countless other memes, and the internet wouldn't be the same had these never existed. While today these are seen as a weird relic of late 2000s internet, we can't deny the major cultural impact they had, as bizarre as that sounds. And besides, these are old enough now to where they can come back ironically and be funny again. It's the circle of life. And it gives me an excuse to make my own terrible cat memes. Ironically, of course. Oh noes, I is eat too many cheeseburger. Hellos, we is sitting on te floor awesome style. Making te toast, you're doing it wrong. Did you know that the original recipe for wheat thins contained human teeth? Oh noes, I eat cheeseburger and now I sleeps.